Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. It's Gilbert Earl Jr. We will be no more today, forever. His new name is. He doesn't want to be called Junior. No, your name's not even Junior. It's
I'm
Junior.
Viper.
Yeah, Viper. For some reason, he wants to be called Viper.
Because I love Vipers.
So if you see him go like this, it's because he's Viper now.
I'm never gonna do that. That's a stereotype.
Alright,
Appreciate it.
Poor snakes are now gonna get sued by snakes. Cause I'm
just imagine that happening.
Talking to the judge. Yes, he goes all the time, and I find that very offensive.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, Viper. We're gonna talk about Wandavision. And we're just going to talk about the whole series in general. We've been wanting to do reviews episode by episode. But I think one time we did it and we got blocked because...
Copyright.
We got copyrighted even though we had all the stuff down. And so that's why you don't see any WandaVision.
Because people apparently don't like to read the description.
Yep, so that's why we don't have any WandaVision in the background.
We have a puppy.
So... So we're just going to talk about this. Just going to have spoilers. We're just going to do spoilers.
Spoilers.
Yep. I will have to say the first 3.5, 4 episodes. After the first episode of this, I was about to never watch another episode of WandaVision. I thought it was the whole idea of the
I was very disappointed in what was going on.
Right. And if it wasn't for the last 10 seconds for me, I wouldn't have that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I went to episode 2.
Yeah, I was so disappointed. I'm like, okay, you're ruining my favorite character.
Yeah. And then episode 2 was very bad until the end. Like every episode for me until the episode 4 and the series finale was terrible until like the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I kind of zoned out for a second. It's alright.
And the reason I say that's because like the first 2 episodes, she's like they're trying to like do a parody of these old time TV shows. I'm like, I don't want to watch this. And then the last 5 or 10 minutes, something interesting would happen. Be like, oh, well, I wonder how they're gonna do the next one. And then it'd be like another 25 minutes of like, this is stupid. And then the last 5 or 10 minutes would bring me back to the next one. It was kind of like there for a while of hate watching.
I was like, I hate this so much, but I want to know what's happening.
I hate this. Well, it was because, I'm like, man, I hate this. Like the first episode, I hate this. It's so stupid. I almost stopped it in the middle of the first episode. And then,
I was actually very close to leaving.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to watch this.
Like all of us. You, myself, Mother... I don't know if he watched it or not. But if Junior watched it or not.
Scorpion doesn't like WandaVision.
Yeah, he didn't watch it at all. But I was like, man, this is... Like, I was tortured, and then the last 5 minutes, they redeemed themselves. I was like, the next episode's going to be great. And then I was like, this is terrible.
Flushed it down the toilet.
I was like, this is terrible. And then the last 5 minutes...
Yeah!
The next episode should be great. And,
no!
Yeah, it wasn't until, like, episode 4 when I actually really started liking it, when they started focusing more on the Rambo character. Like, so is that how you was feeling too? It's like, this is not good.
I was sad.
You're sad. But I will say the last episode was the last 2 episodes were really good, and the ninth episode did not. The season finale did not. I guess it's a series finale, right?
Yeah.
And we'll get more into that.
What are you talking about? The series finale was great.
Yeah, I was going to say, the series finale did not disappoint. It was...
I thought you were about to say it did not do good. I'm like, I was about to, go on.
No, from the beginning to the end, it was really good. I was like, why couldn't they have done this the last...
Because then they would have only made 1 episode.
I was like, yeah. I was like, man, I gotta... you really,
Honestly, though, that last episode is probably the only one I would ever rewatch.
Yeah, I think
I don't like any of the other episodes of the series except for
enough to rewatch
because even the second to last one is literally just a review. So
oh yeah.
It's not even that interesting. Right. So the last episode is probably the only actually good episode.
Right. Yeah, because and for it to be good, you have to watch the other 8 episodes just to get some kind of background on
what's going on. Yeah. But once you make it, it's worth it.
Yeah, it's like it kind of reminds me when we was watching The Mandalorian, how the first 2 2 episodes of that season was like kind of disappointing. It was like, what am I watching?
At least they were way better. They were way better.
Yeah, they were way better. And it's like they
had action. They made. Okay, so like
they make the Mandalorian look great.
Yeah,
but it kind of felt like when I was watching the first 2 episodes of Mandalorian, I was like, am I watching
Star Wars or Babysit?
Or Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter.
Because he was killing all the monsters.
Yeah, it was
then
like...
it got better and better.
Because... Okay, so if you don't know, me and my brother, Scorpion, really like playing Monster Hunter. So, my dad would be sitting down, he'd watch us, he's like, what is the point of this game? I'm like, I don't know, sometimes I feel bad playing it, but it's fun to play. Yeah. And he's just like, but it's morally wrong. I'm like, I know, it's sad.
But yeah, that's how I feel like WandaVision.
Like they were like in The Mandalorian. There were no actual bad guys. They were just animals defending their territory.
Yeah, basically.
But WandaVision. The first few episodes of WandaVision made that look like it was like the crown star of the year.
Right. And then, like I said, once episode 4 was great, and then once they started focusing more on what's going on outside of her bubble, that was like, for me, that was what was great.
I think the only thing that I kind of get really annoyed with is that they didn't exactly focus on Rambo's abilities when she got them.
Right.
So, like, I know, so, like, she can apparently see magic. She can see enchanted things, but also,
and stop bullets with her body now.
Yeah, but I'm like, okay, what does that mean? Because her eyes change colors depending on the ability. So I'm like, is she like an elementalist? Is she what happened to her?
Yeah.
Like, what is she now?
I guess it's also important to point out that we're not really comic readers. Like, I have probably...
when Agatha Harkness came in, I was like, who even is that?
Yeah,
I don't know who that is, but they seem like a cool bad guy.
Right, so we don't... Like I've read...
very entertaining bad guy. So.
I read, like, maybe 4 or 5 comics when I was young, in the 80s.
Yeah. But,
like, I haven't read any comics, especially... And when I do go to, like, stores, and I open up a comic, and I'll... scan, whatever you call it, just look through it and look at parts. And now, like, before I was kind of interested, but now when I go through a comic, I'm like, this is totally trash anymore. So I don't even interested.
It's
like
so
I used to
far from the modern stories are like so far. They're either really good or really bad compared to the comic.
So like, it's so garbage. So, but like before, I'll be interested in buying one. But now I'm like, anytime I pick one, I'm like, I'm just sticking with manga right now. Yes,
he's gotten into anime.
Yeah, so here recently. Anyways, back to that's just why.
But like, we don't know.
Let's just give you a premise. Like, we don't read the comics. We just know the TV shows and the movies.
If you guys actually know where Agatha Harkness actually comes from, that'd be really cool to let us know, because we have no idea where she came from. All we know is she's really old and she's really strong, and that she's really irritating.
And now she's really defeated. Yep. I think that's kind of wicked what she did. I mean, I would probably rather die than have somebody swap my personality.
It's more like a prison, and like it's
yeah, I guess it is.
It's a prison, and I mean, after everything she's done, that's just like that's about 4,000 years worth of karma being delivered. So I mean, I'm okay with it. I mean, like, if it was somebody else who did like other crimes, I'd be like, okay, that's a bit much. But with her, like, this lady, she absorbs people's like life energy and has no regrets. And I'm like, yeah, she needs to be stopped right there.
She kind of she kind of pulls that emperor thing off too, like, oh, I'm so weak, don't hurt me. And then she kills you. Kind of like, when her sisters, her fellow witches try to kill her, she's like crying and stuff, and then she kills them. And then she tried to pull that trick with Wanda.
I'm like, it didn't even sound genuine.
Yeah.
And I like at first I thought it was a pretty bad voice. It was just a product of bad voice acting. But then like by the end of it, I was like, okay, I know what she's doing now. She's trying to be parasitic. So she's trying to put on that sympathy card. But thankfully, Wanda isn't stupid.
Seriously, throughout the whole movie, up to the whole series until they revealed her, I thought she was Agent Hill from the Avengers.
I thought it was the same actor, but not the same person.
Like Samuel Jackson's sidekick. I thought that was her the whole time.
I thought it was like the same actor for a bit, but after a while, I was like, I kind of forgot about it. I'm like, who even is this lady? She was just so freaking annoying.
Yeah, she was annoying throughout the whole thing.
And also, I mean, she also did get she She also got the role that she chose to try and be, the nosy neighbor.
Yeah.
So Wanda's like, I'll give you that role because you apparently wanted it.
Right. So, looks like there's going to be maybe a couple spin-offs from this. It looks like they're definitely going to be doing a Rambo, either series or a movie or something from the ending of this one. And while this might have been the series finale of WandaVision,
it's not the end of Wanda Maximoff.
No, but it looks like she probably will have her another series, which could be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll watch it or not, but
I hope they don't start off like they did before. That was so annoying. I was so mad when I first saw it because I'm like, did they just do that?
Yeah.
Why?
It just was not good.
It was not a Marvel movie. I'm like, that's not Marvel.
It wasn't. Well, the parodies wasn't funny at all, and it was like,
I mean, like there were some. Okay, I found some things funny, but also I was like mainly too disappointed to like laugh.
Yeah, I was like, if this is what I'm going to be watching for the next 9 episodes.
It's just I was so mad.
So sometimes it counts to be patient with a series.
Yeah.
So it really took off. I don't know though. Like, it's hard to say what I like. I guess like Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany, the guy who plays Vision. I think they did their parts very well. They clearly have great chemistry on screen together, and I did kind of like the relationship between Vision and Wanda in the series.
Yeah. For me it kind of popped out of nowhere because I'm like, when did that even happen? I didn't really see much.
Yeah. Well, it took 4 or 5 episodes for us to realize how it came to be what it was.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about WandaVision? Would you recommend it to anybody? I guess we did kind of spoil.
Well, Wanda's also like.
Would you recommend this to anybody?
Wanda's really OP.
Yeah. Would you recommend? Well,
Yeah,
she is the most powerful Avenger. She's probably more powerful than Thanos ever was.
She she basically beat Thanos. The only reason she didn't was because Thanos was like.
Yeah, she had his spaceships blow her up.
Yeah, so like that was mainly why she didn't beat him.
Alright. So would you recommend this to your friends at school?
Yeah, I'd recommend. Yeah.
I would. Yeah. I would recommend with caution.
I would recommend the last episode.
I would recommend with caution. Like, you guys watch it. The first 2 episodes are cringe-worthy, but once you get to episode 4, things start to get better. So yeah. So we hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe and
hit that bell.
Word of mouth if you guys really like us. And this is probably one of our more subdued videos, as we're usually. Well, the beginning started off. Anyways,
remembering.
Yes. Have a great day.